start a business? And this is a pretty interesting question. So we all see these great stories in the magazines, and we see Google starting and Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp, like all these different big companies. And everyone thinks that Silicon Valley is the mecca of entrepreneurism. It's actually not. It actually has a very, very low rate of entrepreneurism. Guys, here at Seed Capital, we specialize in startup businesses. So I get kind of this little sneak peek and understanding into different entrepreneurs and different business owners. And it's not what you would think. The best entrepreneurs and the most common entrepreneurs are the exact opposite of what you would think. Let me explain. All right, let me unpack this a little bit for you. So number one, I always get this question, all right, what is the right age? Is it young? I always find it bizarre when people go to school, to university, college, and they go, I'm studying entrepreneurship. I'm like, well, that's just bizarre, right? Like you can learn some stuff in textbooks, but nothing beats the education of real life. To me, the best entrepreneur is actually someone who's a little bit older, a little bit wiser, and they're living life. And what happens is they go through life, and it could be at their job, or it could be something completely different. They could be traveling and they see something while on vacation in another location, another city, another country, right? And they go, man, that would be a great idea where I live. Or they go, you know, this sucks, man. Someone should fix that. And for weeks and months, they go, someone should fix that. And no one fixes it. So what they do, they go, well, I'm going to fix it. And they start a business because the business is there to solve a problem. Guys, that's what businesses are designed to do, solve a problem. Okay? Yes, we all want to make money. That's completely normal. But realistically, a good business solves a problem. Okay? So if you're starting, let's say you're going to sell water, right? You're solving a problem. People are thirsty. They're not going to buy water from you if they're not thirsty. So you want to find someone where people are thirsty. So if you go to a sporting event or a concert or something where there's huge lines to get water, and you open a little water kiosk outside a block away, right? People walking to the event may buy water from you because it's quick and easy. You're solving a problem because they don't want to wait in line when they get to the stadium, okay? Make sure you get a permit if you need that. I don't want to jump in there too much. All right, but guys, realistically, businesses solve problems. So if you go, hey, am I too old to start a business? No, right? There's no such thing. Colonel Sanders, when he started KFC, he was in his 60s, right? So that's done pretty good, right? But there's no ideal age. But what I would say is a little bit older, as you go through life, you get a bit more wisdom and you make less mistakes. You've done more things. You've got more experience in life. Your ramp curve to success is much faster because you don't pay what we call the stupid tax. You see, young people pay stupid tax. I paid stupid tax plenty, right? We all pay stupid tax. Right? And so the older we get, the more mature we get, the more life experiences we have, we've already paid our stupid tax and we get to benefit from that, right? So this is another interesting thing is, hey, if we look at people who are starting businesses, are they educated? Are they not educated? What is it? Well, it's quite interesting because it's a complete mix. One of the most interesting things that I found in startup businesses across America is the people who are educated in another country. So they come to America, they may have been a dentist in their home country, they immigrated to America, okay, myself included, right, not a dentist, but did immigrate to America, and all of a sudden, their qualifications of being a dentist don't get recognized in America. So they could go back to dentist school and try and become qualified again, but they may be 40, 50, 60 years of age. They don't want to go through all that schooling again. They're just, I've done it, I don't want to do it. But they've got all these skill sets. Right? So they now take their knowledge and wisdom, maybe not their exact skill set of being a dentist, but they take their knowledge and wisdom of the world and they open a business. Could be a completely different industry, right? So we see it that really educated immigrants come and start businesses in completely different industries from their original education. We see that all the time, guys. The other interesting area is people who aren't educated that at all. Right? So not a very high level of education, high school or whatever, right? Doesn't even matter, right? But they're a human, they're living life and they see an opportunity. I can recall we actually had one client, this was years ago, and we had this guy, he was in the swamp. You could tell he was kind of like in the Florida area, and he was a mechanic for those boats. I don't know if you guys know, there's these boats where they have the big wind turbine and they go across the water in Florida. And if you listen to this guy, you know, he sounded exactly what you would expect out of a guy who fixed boats in the swamps, okay? He wasn't university educated, he wasn't the most sophisticated guy. But when we started going through his business with him and understanding how he's doing, his business was doing amazing, right? He was making a ton of money. Why? Because he was really good at fixing the engines of these boats, and he was the guy. And all the tour guides who had boats, they all brought their boats to him to fix their engines. He was the guy. And he would charge whatever he charged, I don't know exact, but he would charge quite a handsome sum of money because it was a very technical skill that not many people could do. He was great at it, and he didn't have to be he didn't have to have an MBA from Harvard. He was just a simple man who knew how to work his craft, and he did it amazingly. He ran a very, very successful business. So guys, you're gonna have all sorts. So if you're sitting here going, I don't know if I've got the right education to start a business, who cares? Okay, it doesn't matter. And you may be going, oh, maybe I'm too educated, maybe I should stay. Like, doesn't matter, right? If you see an opportunity to solve a problem in society, that's a business opportunity, right? The other area is what is my English level, right? We see this. We have America's a nation of immigrants. It's amazing, right? And we see people who they really struggle with English, and sometimes we have to remind ourselves, hey, this guy may not be great at English. He's got like 50% English, but it means he speaks 1.5 languages. Okay, because the language that he grew up with in his home country, that language he speaks fluently. He immigrated to America and he now speaks 50% of English. He speaks 1.5 languages. Amazing, right? How many people can only speak one, right? The majority of us, right? So now this guy, he doesn't speak perfect English, but his business is solving a problem, right? And he's catering to people of his community. Right? So guys, that English is not as important as you would expect. Some people are like, oh, I can't start a business because I can't speak English properly. It doesn't matter. Guys, we even have banks that we work with, no joke. It's something which I had to learn, was you go to these banks and the bank English isn't even their predominant language that they speak. They literally cater to specific ethnic communities, right? And that's who their client is. They're solving a problem. It's beautiful, right? There's a big national bank, but they have branches set up in these communities that speak this other language. They're catering to that community. So guys, the language that you speak doesn't matter. If you can solve a problem, stay with it. Guys, there is no perfect formula. There is no demographic profile for an entrepreneur. As long as you view that you can solve a problem, you see a problem, you can solve it, go ahead, start a business, make the world a better place, make your community and your family better. Thank you guys. Get out there, start that business. Have a great day.